Welcome back onto the program. It's still the conversation here on Lagos Television. Of course, our first conversation today is centered around planting what you eat. And I'm sure for those of you who can see what's, of course, on the table at the moment, you can see some plants here. It's going to be a practical experience as to, taking you through how you can plant what you eat. If you remember at the beginning of the program, Adebimpe and I talked about what are some of those things that we need to take into cognizance when you're planting. Of course, our guest here today came in prepared, and he will take us through some of the rudiments of, these things. We have here joining us today, Engineer Olawale Kolawole. He is a farmer. Thank you for being here on the program today, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, since we're talking about planning and planting what you eat, we know that the situation of the country at the moment is actually causing a lot of people to look inwards and start thinking not only outside the box now, but just finding other ways at, cutting costs, saving costs, and perhaps also going back to the basics of planting what we eat. Before you take us through some of those procedures, how important is it for us really to cultivate this habit of planting what we eat? Maybe not everything, but at least some of the things that we consume.
Thanks very much, viewers in the house. I think we are about getting it right, because food is a source of energy, and what you eat determines what you are. We have been eating so many inorganic vegetables, pepper, tomato here and there, importing problems, sicknesses that we have never had in our generation, all over, like cancer, kidney problem, heart problem, back pain, etc. Now, the most important thing is that when you are the author, you are the originator, you are the foundation, you are the source of your food, at least 50% of what you take. Because I'm a practicing farmer, and that's what I'm practicing.
Okay.
So you will be heavier than others that are taking junks.
Right.
They are just giving us what's available, and we are eating what's available, and we are paying dearly for all those rubbish we are.
Okay, so it's important that at least if you know what you are eating, you are the one planting it yourself. Yeah. You are actually doing yourself, a great service. Another thing is, of course, we are taught that, land could be a problem. The kind of soil that we use to plant will be a problem. What will plants could also be a problem. But I mean, here today you came in really prepared. So meaning that if you do not have land in your compound, it is not a problem
at all.
So are these the only things that one can use to plant, or these are the basic that no matter what, anybody or everybody can have access to this?
This is just a sample.
Okay.
How possible it is to, even when you have a cemented environment.
Right.
I'm doing more of research than production.
Okay.
Because I've done a lot. Personally, been diversified from engineering to agriculture.
Right.
I've planted a plantain and banana inside the tire. I call it mobile farming. Even if you are a tenant and you are moving to another apartment, you can remove all your plants
and take it to where you are.
Where you are going.
Okay.
So the materials needed, they are available everywhere. Like this one, I call it waste plus waste equals worth. This bottle is a wasted material.
Okay.
Inside it, I have wasted cloth. Then now, the source of the soil is from gutter.
Just any gutter?
Any gutter. You have a well-prepared, full of nutrients soil from the gutter. It's also a waste. Then it gives you life.
And that's
this
wealth.
Worth. And this earth.
Wow. So waste plus waste
equals
giving us wealth here. Yeah. And, again, we talked about primary school elementary science, where we were told that the most healthy soil that you can use to plant is the humus soil, the black soil.
Yes.
And you've just told us here this morning that you can actually get this from any gutter.
Any gutter.
It is there readily. So when you get this particular soil from the gutter, it is ready. You don't need to do anything with it again. So what's the quantity that you'll need?
It varies, depends on the type of plants you want to plant.
Okay. So, for example, if you start with this,
if you start with this, you don't need much soil. You only that humus soil, because this is loaded with all the necessary nutrients that land needs to have.
Okay.
And see the small quantity you need, just a cup. Okay. And I even combine this one with an irrigation system.
So, what's the irrigation system?
Irrigation system is that it says that you have your plant throughout the year, no off season.
Ah, okay.
So you are less concerned with dry season, rainy season, cold. Just talk of it. We should be hitting. God created us into one of the most important environment in the whole world. Wow. 3 countries has a good environment, climatically, in the whole world: Liberia, Zaire, and Nigeria.
And there are they are African countries.
Yes. And the funniest thing is that if you look at Nigeria this year, we have rain in January. That's 5th of January, first rain this year. We have it in February. We have it in March, April, May, June. In fact, we are in the season. Today is July. There must be rain everywhere.
So now, this particular bottle,
yep,
you've cut it into 2.
Yes.
I saw a piece of cloth,
yes,
under one of the mouth.
Okay.
So what's the role of, because you mentioned that cloth is another waste.
Yes.
So what's the role of that cloth?
Okay, let's go back to our foundation in the village. We have this local...
funnel?
No. When you want to light your environment, there's a mantle pass through a tin, then they put kerosene at the lower part.
Yes,
so that mantle will transfer kerosene up, then you light.
Yes.
And that's it. And that's what most of these the whole professors used to read.
Yes.
So because there was no electricity, no petrol, no diesel, but they have kerosene. And that's what they use. So it's the same technology. Okay. That's why I say I diversify from engineering
to farming, to agriculture.
Agribusiness. Okay. No, I'm not practicing farming.
Okay, agriculture.
I'm doing agribusiness.
Okay.
Good business, because agribusiness is like a gas and oil, it's like a banking and industry, banking and finance. Group it that way.
Okay.
Farming, if you are practicing farming, farming will only make you rich. But if you are doing agribusiness, you become a wealthy person, whether you like it or not. That's agribusiness for you. Okay.
So the cloth will be at the mouth of the bottle?
Yes. Well, the job of this, let me have.
Please, can you bring the bottle of water? Please bring it. Bring it. Bring it. Don't worry, just bring it.
We're in the practical session. So you can have your plants during the dry season.
Let me help you with that.
Okay. You can have your farm with your bottle, and you want to travel, you want to go on holiday. Because you are going on holiday, that doesn't mean you come back to face unnecessary farming. Then you go into a simple irrigation system.
Okay.
Whereby you put your water here, place it, travel out. You can travel to anywhere.
So how long will this water last for?
No, okay, let's go into a simple technology, natural technology. You know, the purpose of a sun is that we are in the rainy season now. In the dry season, evaporation will take place.
Sure.
So it's the sun that helps to evaporate all the water beneath the earth. On the way coming, as the water is coming up, the secondary root, the tap root will be
taking the water, absorbing.
The same thing here. It is the rag inside, or the cloth rather, doing the work of a sun to transfer the water
to the
plant
soil.
and to wet the soil.
Okay.
So that's it.
All right. Okay, Adebingbe has a question.
These are vegetables, and you know they seem easier, you know, to plant. What's the process, you know, of planting yam or even
or beans?
Or beans, yes.
Okay. On beans, I did some research with one of the research institutes in Southwest some years ago. 60 days of beans. Within 60 days, exactly 60 days, you'll get your beans ready.
Wow.
We have one problem, inferiority complex. You know, we want something that bears a foreign name. And we have the best product in the whole world, here in Nigeria, right? To get your...
Can you use the same method for the beans? For planting
yes,
beans?
you can use the same method, but not this size of
a container.
Of a container.
Okay.
Because that one will spread. It will spread.
Okay.
So you can use tire.
The normal round tire.
Round tire.
Like that?
Like that. Those ones that are blocking our drainage here and there. We can convert all those things to mobile farming material.
Okay.
It's very simple.
So again, let's go back to these vegetables. Now you have 3 types of vegetables here.
Yes.
This is for shoko.
Shoko.
Okay. This is water leaf.
Water leaf. I've even harvested this one. You can see that the new one is coming up.
Okay.
Just like that.
Right. This is another shoko.
Yes. Okay. This one is a local shoko.
Local shoko.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So what can if I want to plant afresh?
Yeah.
Is there what exactly am I planting? Is it the stick? I mean, and then you just put that in the soil, or what exactly do I want to plant?
Okay, like this is a vegetable. This one has a seed.
Okay.
You allow the seed to dry, then you prepare a place. It can be another plastic tray. You spread your seed. So from seed, it gets to nursery size after 2 weeks. Then you now transplant the way I transplanted to this place. Then to maturity. And this one you will cut 3 times before you uproot it. Yes.
You will harvest it 3 times.
Yes. You do the first cut like this. Then the second cut will give you about 8 of this. Yes. So the third one will give you by around 6, but it won't be as big as this.
Okay.
Then finally you uproot.
And then you plant
another one. That doesn't disturb you from doing all other things that you want to do. But the most important thing is that you are the originator of what you are eating.
You mentioned earlier that, you know, space is not a problem with this kind of method. So if you live in a place where everywhere is cemented and you don't want to break anything, if you do not want to use, you know, these small containers, perhaps you think they are small. You've mentioned tires. What else can one use? Can you use plastic buckets? Can you use, I was telling Adebingbe earlier that I saw somebody plant tubers of yam in, you know, the sack.
Sack, yes.
Yes. I saw that. Is that also doable?
Yes. You can use a cemented bag.
Okay.
To do a lot of planting, your tomato, your potato, your okra, etc. Now, there's no limitation to what material you can use when it comes to, I call it urban farming. If rural farming is failing us, then let's go urban farming. Then another thing is that let's plant edible flowers. I call them edible flowers.
They are green, but because they
so that's where we are now. And we are the only one that can solve this problem. God is playing his own role. He gives us rain, sun, good weather, like that. Now, it's not it's a responsibility. If we cannot produce what we are eating, it's too bad.
So when you want to plant tomatoes,
Yes.
is it just the seeds as well that
It's the same procedure.
Do you have to dry it as well?
Yes, you can dry, and if you want to make it faster, you get a hash. Rub your seed with hash. It will serve as a sort of a
When you say
insecticide.
ash, is that eru?
Eru, yes.
Okay.
So you rub it, then you spread into the soil and expect germination to take place.
Okay.
Then you now transplant to your ready-made containers after putting yours. And then, if you have the opportunity to poultry waste, allow the poultry waste to stay for 3-4 weeks, because there's a gas called ammonia gas that can be used to light our homes, to cook in the kitchen. You allow that one to burn off before you use your poultry waste, because it can even kill the plant.
The plant, okay.
So you allow your poultry waste to dry up before using. That's why I always advise people that look for deep litter poultry waste. Or if it is a wet poultry waste you are using, allow it to ferment for at least 3-4 weeks before you mix it with the soil.
3-4 weeks.
3 to 4 weeks.
Weeks before you. So is that the form of fertilizer that one uses, or are you also
No,
can
yes,
you use any other thing, or with the sun and the water you're good to go?
Yes, you know, by special grace of God, I have the biggest organic citrus farm in Ogun State as of today. Wow. I don't know tomorrow, but as of today.
today.
I preach organic